What's up? Welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking all about how often you should be posting on Instagram. So stay tuned. Alright guys, this video is going to be a fun one because this is a question that I get asked probably at least once a week. How often should I be posting on Instagram? And I totally get it. I think the reason why so many people want the answer to this question is they want a solid answer of you need to be posting once a day or twice a day or every other day or whatever, because they want to know, am I posting too much? Am I posting not enough? How much do I need to be posting? Can I post less? And so everybody kind of wants this solid answer of how often you should be posting. So in today's video, we're going to be diving deep into this and the answer that I have for you guys. But first, if you're new here, my name is Jamie Dana and I'm a hairstylist, and I also help other hairstylists grow their businesses, not only using Instagram, but also amazing hair techniques like I teach here on YouTube, but also really incredible Instagram strategies. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about a lot of these things and going beyond just the answer of you should be posting X amount of times per week, because there's definitely something a little bit more in depth that goes into this conversation that not everybody is talking about. So let's back up. Back in the day on Instagram, when everybody started to use Instagram to grow their businesses, whether you are a hairstylist or a blogger or whatever, early on in the days of Instagram, it was really important to be posting consistently. And I still think that it's important to be posting consistently, but back then it was really important, especially when the new algorithm came out in 2016. It was one of those things where you had to be posting every single day in order to get engagement. And in fact, you probably heard one of the Instagram experts or gurus say something like, if you're not posting every day, you're going to get forgotten by Instagram, or the algorithm's going to punish you. So if you've ever heard that said, go ahead and comment in the comment box letting me know, because I think it's one of those things that was said widely on Instagram from a lot of these so-called experts, Instagram gurus, and just even influencers in general, saying you have to post every single day. But I'm excited to tell you in this video that that's not actually true anymore. Now, back in the day, it was kind of true. You wanted to make sure that you were showing up every day, and the algorithm really valued that. But now, it's not quite the case. In fact, Instagram doesn't necessarily look at content of how often are you posting. They're looking at content of how good and how high quality is this content. So that's a differentiator between back then and now. And one of the things with Instagram is it's constantly changing. I think the algorithm changes on a regular basis. And so it's really important to not just be using the strategies that worked for you maybe 2, 3 years ago, even a year ago or 6 months ago, that it's important to stay up on what's going on with the algorithm. And that's kind of my job. I kind of geek out on Instagram, and so I want to share that with you guys. I also have an online program called Gram where I share all of the new updated information with my students, new strategy updates or tips that are working for me, and it helps them stay on top of it so that they don't have to go around and do all this research on their own. Because to be honest, Instagram can be really overwhelming, especially with things that are changing on a weekly, sometimes even daily basis. So let's talk about why you don't necessarily need to be posting every single day. Now, if you go on my Instagram page, you'll notice that I'm not posting every single day, not at least on my feed. I do post on my stories. I try to post every day. I try to keep my little Instagram story ring lit up, but I'm not always posting on my feed every day. In fact, sometimes I'll go 2 to 3 days. Sometimes I'll take 4 or 5 days in between posts. But what I'm really working on is not just posting up crap photos or crap content just because I need to post. And I think that was something that people kind of got in this mentality of, I have to post every single day, and so therefore I'm just gonna post up something, because if not, the algorithm's gonna punish me, or Instagram's gonna forget about me, or whatever the reason was. And so a lot of people ended up just posting to post. And this is a thing that I see on Instagram all the time, especially with stylists. They're putting up photos and captions that aren't really high quality. So I'm gonna share with you guys some things that make up high quality posts and what you can be doing so that you're posting up amazing content and so that the algorithm doesn't punish you, but it has nothing to do with how often you're posting. So I personally think that there are 3 things that make up a high quality post. The first one is something that your audience wants to see, not just something that you want to post. So when we're thinking about creating content, our audience comes first. We have to think about them. And I think a lot of times we get really attached to our photos, our captions, our content, and we're like, well, I really want to share this. And we're not really thinking about our audience in mind. And at the end of the day, that's who we're there to serve, is our audience. So make sure that you're sharing stuff that they truly want to see and not just stuff that you want to post because you want to post it. The second thing is adding value to your audience. And so a lot of times this comes in the captions. And I see a lot of times on Instagram, especially when it comes to hair photos, maybe it's something like the caption is blonde balayage or caramel macchiato brunette hair. Okay, well, really that's not adding any value to anybody at all. And so you wonder why you're not getting engagement. Well, no one's gonna necessarily comment on that unless the photo looks amazing, and I'm sure it does, but at the end of the day, people are used to seeing that. They're not necessarily gonna go out of their way to comment. So captions are the things where you can really add value to your posts. And when I say add value, again, you wanna think about what's something that maybe my audience wants to see or know. And so for instance, let's say you did a beautiful hair color photo. You could talk about what you did with the color, how that type of color is going to enhance a potential client's skin tone or features or whatever. So instead of just saying blonde balayage, you could say, this is my client Jenny, and we decided to brighten up her hair, give her a beautiful balayage look. And the great thing about balayage is you're able to go longer in between appointments. It's a lot lower maintenance, especially for you if you're looking for something low maintenance, blah, 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 blah. And you go on from there. Another thing you could do is you can talk about your favorite products. You could talk about why using high quality shampoo is important to maintaining your color, or why a certain dry shampoo is better than another one. Whatever that might look like, but you just want to make sure that you're adding value, and captions is where that comes into play. One other way that you could add value is by entertaining or things like that. So that's why a lot of meme posts do really well on Instagram, because people, they're getting value from it. They're being entertained. So it doesn't always have to be educational. It could be entertainment. It could just be something inspiring or enlightening. Things like that can be a way to add value to your audience. Again, doesn't always have to be educational, but that's kind of the easiest way to do it. And number 3, high quality content makes your audience want to engage. So I talked about this with captions that, blonde balayage, boring caption isn't gonna make anybody necessarily wanna engage. So high quality content gets people to engage. It gets them to like the photo, to comment on the photo, to send you a DM, to book an appointment. It's making them take action. And so those are the 3 things that I feel like make up high quality content. So you wanna be asking yourself when you're posting on Instagram, not how often do I need to be posting, but am I showing up and sharing high quality content when I do post? And that's the key. So the cool thing about this quality over quantity mindset has really allowed me to kind of enjoy Instagram again. I first have been able to create better content that adds value to my audience, and it's something that they really want to see. And so because I'm not just posting to post or having to post every single day, if you're doing that, or sometimes people are posting multiple times a day, that's when you really start to see the decline of engagement. You just see the decline of quality, because you're not really able to come up with the best quality content as possible because you're just posting things all the time. So by taking a step back and posting less, I'm able to create better content for my audience, and I promise you, they have noticed a big difference in between my content, and they are engaging way more than before when I was just trying to get a post up and post every single day and make sure I posted at the right time and blah, 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 blah. it's now like I'm able to be intentional with my posting. The second thing has been I haven't been as overwhelmed or burnt out from posting. When you're posting every single day, again, you feel that like you're on that hamster wheel of just trying to put out more content, trying to get up the good things, and then, you know, some posts don't do very well and some posts do okay, and you're wondering why. And after a while, that's overwhelming and you're gonna burn out. And so the cool thing about having this mindset is I've allowed to, again, take that step back and not feel so stressed out about it. And lastly, like I've kind of mentioned, I've been able to only share things that I really want to share and stuff that my audience wants to see versus just feeling like that overwhelming, looming feeling of I gotta post a post. And so if you've ever felt that way, go ahead and let me know in the comments. I'm sure you have, because it's been the feeling on Instagram of you have to do this, if not, you're gonna get punished and blah, 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 blah. And this has been something that's been so freeing for not only me, but it's been freeing for a ton of my students inside my program. We've talked about this, and so many of them were like, oh my gosh, I just feel so much better that I don't have to post every day or have to keep up with that content schedule. Now, one thing that I will mention before this video ends is you do want to make sure that you're staying consistent with your posts. So whether that's posting every other day, every 2 to 3 days, every 4 days, whatever that looks like, you just want to make sure that you're showing up consistently. So what I wouldn't recommend is posting once and then going like 2 weeks and then posting like 3 times in a row and then going a week and then posting twice, because that kind of stuff is that inconsistency that you definitely don't want to be doing. You still want to make sure that you're being consistent. It just doesn't have to be every day or multiple times a day like it did in the past. And one other thing that I will say too is if you want to post twice in a day, you can. You just want to make sure, again, that it's still that really high quality content. So as we wrap up, there's just a few questions that I really want to ask you. The first is, how often are you posting on Instagram? And when you can really nail down that, you can probably start to see your patterns of, hey, I'm posting every single day because I feel like I had to. And guess what? I'm probably posting to post because that's what I thought you had to do to be successful. Or maybe you're feeling like I'm not being consistent enough. And so you do want to make sure to find that happy medium balance of making sure that you are posting on a consistent basis. The second question I want you to ask yourself is, why am I posting that much or that little? And so a lot of times if you're posting that much, it's probably because you feel like you gotta post to post, like we've talked about a lot. But if you feel like you're not posting enough, it's probably because you don't necessarily have a plan or strategy in place. So at the end of this video, I'm gonna share with you a free resource that you can get your hands on that will help you with that issue. And thirdly, are you sharing high quality content? And I want you to go back to those points that I said about what is high quality content and ask yourself, is the stuff that I'm posting really high quality, or am I just posting up stuff because I feel like I have to? So as we wrap up, if you feel like you want to be posting on a more consistent basis and you want to be posting more high quality things that your audience wants to see, things that's adding value, I actually have a free Instagram content planner, and you might have seen it in some of my other videos, but if this is our first time hanging out, you might not. So if you go to jamiedana.com/planner, you can get your hands on it. It's totally free. Just enter your email and I'll send it right over to you. But basically what it's gonna do is it's gonna help you figure out exactly what to post next on Instagram. It's gonna give you tons of captions ideas, and it's gonna help you stay consistent, which I know is one of the hardest things to do, of staying consistent on Instagram. So this is gonna really give you an easy, actionable plan. It's customizable to what you do and to the type of content you put out there, whether you post a lot of hair photos or you want to incorporate more lifestyle photos. It's customizable for you, and so I really think that it'll help you out a ton, and I hope that you get your hands on it. So jamiedana.com/planner. And if you've been watching this video and you feel like, man, I wish that there was something that could help me kind of take my Instagram to the next level, maybe a strategy or a step-by-step plan in place, because maybe you're feeling a little bit lost, a little bit overwhelmed. Like I mentioned earlier, I have a program called OHOT Grant, and the doors to the program are actually currently closed. But if you go to ohotgram.com, I'll link it in the description below, you can get on the wait list. And when we open the doors again, which at the time of this video being released, the doors are gonna be opening really soon. And I only open the doors a couple times a year, but if you're thinking, man, I really wanna take this to the next level, go ahead and get on the wait list for OHOTgram. You can get some more information over there. But for people who are on the wait list, I'm gonna be giving out a little extra special bonus. So if you're considering it, get on the wait list and you'll be the first person to know when the doors open again. And you'll also be notified about that cool special bonus I talked about. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already come over to Instagram, said hi, make sure to come on over, send me a DM, let me know that you watched this video. And as always, like I always say, if you haven't already hit the subscribe button, go ahead and do so now. I've shared a lot of cool Instagram videos. I've got a lot of really awesome ones coming up in the next couple of weeks. I always share cool technique videos, which I have some really good stuff planned. A lot of your guys' requests are gonna be in the next upcoming videos. So make sure to hit the subscribe button, and I guess that wraps up this video. So I'll see you guys next time.